Warrior, look where I woke up today. This is 1.5 hours away from where we're staying here in Brazil. And this is where I'm gonna do the video today. Um, Look, I woke up at 6:30, just like every single day. Remember, I'm on vacation. And I did my push-ups. If you go on my Instagram, you're gonna see the routine. I had actually 4 dogs with me. I don't know where they're coming from, but they joined the push-ups. So they were just around me while I was doing them. Um, But I was gonna tell you is the energy levels, okay? Something that we take for granted. It's how our energy levels are boosted, are increased when we're in shape, okay? And look, sometimes I actually forget that I have high energy levels because I'm in shape, because I've actually been in shape my whole life. Look, I started playing tennis when I was 7 years old, and since then I never stopped. I was training in Spain. That's where I'm from, born and raised. When I was 18, I was still playing tennis. In fact, I went to the US with a tennis scholarship to play college tennis. Played tennis for 4 years. And then since I graduated, I've been a tennis coach too. So I've always been active. I've always been into sports. I've always been uh, in the gym too. I started when I was in college, when I was 18. Um, so I take sometimes I don't even pay attention to it, but then when I talk to my warriors, when I talk to people that want to transform physically, they tell me that the energy level sucks, that the energy level is so low, that the energy level doesn't allow them to actually live life the way I'm living it. In fact, sometimes they are surprised. They're like, how can you do so many things? How can you keep up such an active lifestyle? Sometimes they're like, what do you mean? I'm on vacation. Not even doing anything. I mean, for them, an active lifestyle is literally waking up 6:30, doing the push-ups, and going to the gym in the afternoon. To me, that's like the minimum. That's the minimum that you need to just live your day. Because if you don't do that, like, what do you do when you're on vacation? I don't see anything else to do. But anyways, that's kind of like what I'm trying to talk to you about is the energy levels. And look, I'm not gonna talk to you about it from experience because again, I haven't felt low energy levels because of being overweight or because of being unhealthy. So I'm going to talk to you about this topic through the lenses of my warriors, through the lenses of my people that are willing to transform physically and that they need help. Okay. So let me tell you, when you're not in shape, the body is basically sick. Okay, we are designed to be in shape. And being in shape is not something special, that's the normal. Being overweight or obese is what is out of the normal. That's the extraordinary. Okay, we are designed to be in shape. And look, thousands of years ago, when we had to pick up our food, when we had to hunt, I can guarantee you that there was no single obese person in the tribe, in the city. Not a single chance. Let me tell you why. They would actually die. Why? Because they would not provide anything to the tribe, to the group, okay? They would actually be a weight rather than someone that can push the tribe to survive. So that person will not survive. Either the tribe will kill them or life will kill him. Because this person won't be able to hunt, this person won't be able to collect fruits, and this person will at the end of the day starve themselves, be isolated, and eventually die. And in today's world, of course, that's not going to happen, right? Because first of all, because 3/4 of the U.S. population are already overweight. But anyways, it's the minority now to be normal. But if you're not normal, you're still gonna be fine. You're not gonna die because of that. Because of that, you might die because of a heart attack. You might die because of a stroke. You might die because of metabolic syndrome, diabetes. I don't know. You choose, because they're gonna come all at once. but but you're not gonna die. Okay, so you could actually survive your whole life, probably dying earlier, without dying isolated because you're overweight or obese, and or because you're starving yourself because you're not able to hunt. No, just go to the supermarket, you grab the food, and then again, you might have some friends with the same habits. You just put it here, with the same habits that you're gonna be not isolated. All right, but what about the life that you're living? What about the quality of life that you have? Look, I'm not surprised anymore when my warriors are telling me that yeah, because they're not in shape, they don't feel energy to do anything outside of the house. Okay, they don't feel energy to leave the house, go on a walk, go on a morning walk before breakfast. They don't feel energy to do the push-ups in the morning, for example, do a morning routine that is healthy, going to the gym. They don't feel energy to go outdoors and walk in the park. They don't feel energy to travel. Look what they're missing out. Imagine a life that it doesn't allow you to explore the world, that you need to just stay at home or around the neighborhood because you don't have energy to go anywhere else, because you don't have energy to prepare your luggage, you don't have energy to buy the things, you don't have energy to go on a flight, you don't have energy to walk and explore the new city. Look, I went to New York. Um, when was that? Like a month and a half ago, right before leaving the US. I was visiting some friends there. We're walking on average 16 kilometers a day. That is about 9 miles, 27,000 steps a day. And you have no clue how much that helped. You have no clue how good the trip was because of that, because of walking. If we would have taken the subway, if we would have taken the bus, the Uber, it would have been so much worse because we missed out all the good things that happened along the way. Okay, the good thing about that journey about New York is literally walking and seeing the city, the streets, go and explore, stop here, stop there, go walking here, go walking there. That's where life happened. And if you're not in shape, let me tell you that you won't be able to do that stuff. Okay, you'll be so limited, and you'll have to end up taking transportation in order to go places, and therefore your trip will suck because you're gonna miss out all the good things. Okay, but again, look, not being in shape, it's limiting your life. Okay, and you already know that because you feel that way. Um, Let me tell you how I live life while being in shape. Okay, to me, life is I basically try to spend the most time away from home, meaning outside of the house. That's what I'm trying to make my life. Okay, why? Because the house at the end of the day is just to eat and sleep. That's what I use it for: eat and sleep. That's why you see me here right now. I woke up 6:30, got out of there as soon as I woke up, like 5 minutes to just go to the bathroom, prepare whatever, put my clothes on, and left. And here I am since I left, walking around, did my push-ups, explore a little bit a trail that we're going to do later. It's much better. It's much happier to be outside than to be inside. Okay. Look, inside you're gonna not be surprised that you're gonna be now triggering sad feelings. No wonder if you're gonna feel low energy when you stay at home with everything dark, when you're laying down or sitting down. There is no activity. No surprise you're gonna start feeling depressed if you're at home with no purpose. You're not working, you're not investing in yourself, you're not doing anything. It all comes down to the habits that you have, okay? And let me tell you that it's much more likely for you to do that when you're overweight or obese than when you're in shape. When you're in shape, the body asks you to leave the house. Look, with Marieva, sometimes we actually joke about it because I cannot stay home. And she likes to stay home. She likes to have a slow morning, okay? She's not as active as I am. Sometimes I joke with her, like, look, if you keep me here till 9 a.m., I'm gonna climb the walls. Like, I would actually go crazy if I stay home until 9 a.m. So it's either I go on a walk, either I take my bike, either I go do push ups outside. I don't know. But I get the heck out of there because it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like I'm wasting my life. Okay. And that's what I want you to experience. I truly want you to experience this. I want you to be in shape to the point that you've built so many good habits that the body's asking for you to leave the house. The body's asking for you to give it activity, give it physical activity, give it movement, give it exploring, give it stuff outside of sluggishness, outside of tiredness, outside of laziness, outside of low energy levels. Once you're able to do that, you're gonna live a better life. I mean, this life is insane. Look, I go to bed every night feeling, not thinking, feeling that I've crushed the day. And if people sometimes ask me, Alejandro, why, how can you fall asleep so quickly? You literally take 2 minutes to fall asleep. Tell them, look, man, I crushed the day. Of course. And then 2 minutes is a lot. I should be asleep in 1 minute. How much stuff I do throughout the day. And again, I'm on vacation. I'm still sleeping in 2 minutes. So if you struggle with that stuff, let me let me doubt that you're in shape. If you take in 30 minutes to fall asleep, unless of course you have condition called insomnia, let me tell you that you might not be crushing the day. Let me tell you that you might not be in shape. Let me tell you that you might need new habits that actually get you tired throughout the day, so then you crash at night and you have an amazing night of sleep, repairing. When you wake up, you're fresh and ready to crush another day. And it resets daily, okay? There is, in my life and in my warriors' lives, there is nothing like, oh yeah, throughout the week, we're going to have good habits, we're going to wake up early, we're going to have physical activity, we want to have movement in our lives, and then in the weekend, you do the opposite. Look, that does not exist, okay? There is nothing special about a Saturday or a Sunday when it comes to your health, okay? You might not be working because you're an employee and you have a set schedule throughout the week, but health doesn't take breaks. Health is something that you need to take care of every single day of your life, okay? If you forget about it one day, then you're giving yourself flexibility to forget another day and you screw it up. So, so again, where you need to have an action plan that will get you in shape. If you're not in shape yet, join Team Warriors. Okay, I have a 3 month premium program. Look, my warriors on average are losing 10 plus pounds in 3 months. Some of them 15, some of them 17. And all the proof is on my Instagram. Go on my Instagram and take a look yourself. It's pinned. So as soon as you enter my profile, you're gonna see first thing. You're gonna see the before and after pictures from my warriors. And the thing that they value the most, that they always tell me, is like, look, I'm a different person. I didn't feel this way before internally. Okay, of course, transformation wise, they got rid of the belly that they had. They got rid of all the extra fat that they were carrying that will make them feel bad in front of the mirror. But that's not even the highlights, that's only a consequence of who they have become. The thing that they tell me the most is like, look, Alejandro, I feel like a new person. I feel like I have so much energy to do stuff now. I don't get tired. They're like, look, the clothes that I'm wearing now, they fit me so much better. I finally use clothes that I had in the closet for years. I go on endless walks around the city and like I don't get tired. I come back home and I'm like fresh. That's what I want you to experience. That's the most valuable thing about physical transformation, okay? It's the energy levels that you feel. Energy is the most valuable coin, currency that we possess. It's not material stuff, it's not US dollars, it's not euros, it's not having a yacht, it's energy levels. So when you have high energy levels, you can live the best life. You can do anything you want. And it all starts with being in shape and with your physical transformation. So if you're ready, send me a message, reach out to me on YouTube, on Instagram, and let's get this started. I'm gonna leave this video with this beautiful view. And remember, if you're not experiencing a life like this, you're missing out. So it's time for you to wake up.